Hello everyone. I'm sorry about that. It's pretty pathetic really. I mean, you would think someone would have just a bit more of a life than to have to get their kicks by doing something like that. I did delete it. However, I did go ahead and save on my end so YouTube could look at it again. I done the same thing last time, and if anything was ever done, they never told me. So I don't know. But I want to apologize for anybody that had to see that. It's hey son-in-law. It was the same old, same thing as before for the most part. Not as explicit as before, but yeah. But this time they used a photo of Dorothy Marie. Well, we all know Dorothy really doesn't get on camera, and we all know Dorothy. So when she comes up down there, since she was just in chat, um, I believed it because Dorothy's my mod and she never gets on camera, so I didn't expect to when I just seen her photo, I'm assuming it's Dorothy. But it wasn't. It was some crackhead that needs to eat a damn sandwich, by the way. I mean, if you're back here looking at this, come on, really? The hell you got proud of? I mean, I ain't even kidding. Get the hell away from my channel. Seriously. I mean, I'm not even one that gets very upset, but this is ridiculous. And when you do piss me off, I'm pissed off. My granddaughter was watching that. You're damn lucky she had got up and went and got a drink. Are you kidding me? Sorry, y'all. I usually don't get like this. Everybody knows I don't really get this way, but when I do, I'm pissed off. I don't get into the drama on this. I don't do drama. I hate it. Stop bringing your shit to me. You're disgusting. Whoever the hell you are, and I'm sure you're watching. Hey, Dave.
Fucking assholes. Pardon me.
I don't even like. I don't even like. See, when I get in these moods, I just really
Yep.
get in these moods, and I don't even like anybody seeing me at this upset.
Yep. They can't help themselves. These people are just unbelievable. Unbelievable. They just fair dinkum. Anyway.
I mean, I really thought that was Dorothy. I mean, everybody knows
Yeah.
Dorothy really doesn't get on camera. She uses her photo, and I
Yeah.
guess the piece of S seen me talking to Dorothy and knew I would trust her. So he uses her picture. You low down piece of dirt.
Yep. I want you to I want chat, as Paula just said. Fill the chat with hearts, everyone, for our beautiful Kimberly. Alrighty?
Thank y'all.
Please. Because she's
It's just so.
yep. She's not a happy camper. Fill it with hearts for her, please, because she's just an unbelievably good person to everybody here.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah. Alrighty. Fill it with hearts. Thanks, Paula.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right, because she's an amazing creator, an amazing person, and does not deserve this at all.
How sweet are
At
you
all.
guys?
At all.
Sweet as
Okay.
this. Thank you.
All right.
Thank y'all so much. I'm just
Okay.
sorry. I'm so sorry that y'all had to see that. I'm so sorry I believed it, but Dorothy, like the first time one came up, I was like, oh, really? What was the name? Peter North? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
get
I
that
know. Yeah.
out of here. And so
Yep.
I banned it. So obviously they got more than one profile.
Yep.
Obviously. Disgusting.
Absolutely. Well, thank you everyone for doing that for her, because
Very much. Thank you so much.
she's a very much loved person in the community, and her videos are awesome. She creates and she spends a lot of time doing them. And it's my fault because I did say take the thing down. up
Yeah,
there. I did mention to
you
take it
did tell
down.
me that, and
You
thank you,
know,
Ashley. Thank you, sweetheart.
which is the way that I
I should have taken
operate
that
over on
down.
my channel. I only invite people on my channel that I know personally, and I send them the link via Messenger, and that's how they all come on. I'm not into open panels because I've tried doing it. Well, I did it when I first started my channel. I didn't have a choice, and then I had True Tam and Miss Menzer on the same panel. What was I thinking? So
Wow, yeah, that must have been a hell of a lot. Look at
yeah,
you
it was.
guys.
Yeah,
How sweet is that? Thank you guys so much.
yeah.
I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Nellie, Karen. Wow, you guys are great. All the hearts and the love and the. I'm just so sorry. I didn't want any. I never wanted anybody to see anything like that again. And kind of me, they come here
Yeah,
to watch me, and then look what they see.
yeah,
I don't even
yeah,
do lives much because of that.
yeah. So,
Thank you,
no, there's,
girl. Thank you, Michigan Gal. I truly appreciate it. You guys. You guys are great. Look at the hearts. Look at all these hearts. Love you showing me. God, y'all are awesome. Look at this.
all right. I know it's amazing. You deserve it.
They're awesome.
You
Man,
deserve
we
it.
got a hell of a team.
Yep.
And then okay, Dave, what were you saying, honey, about
Yeah.
before?
Righto. Before all this happened, we were all discussing a video that I put up on my channel today. It was Chris actually saying, well, the way it comes across, everybody, is that he remembers Nicole Kessinger being there, and he was compelled by evil to do the things that he did. All right, so I also have another 56-second video clip that I actually have that I am going to play, not today, sometime in the coming future. I don't know when, but it's actually a continuation of the actual conversation from this source, and the source is remaining anonymous, and I will never, ever, ever, ever disclose to anybody who that source is. And you will hear backwards and forwards conversation between the two of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, that's fine, Sheila. No one has to agree. I mean, I was given something and I played it.
Yeah, I
So,
mean Dave was pretty much just sharing what he had. It's definitely Chris, but even Dave's he like Dave said, I would love to hear what was said before the word remember.
yeah,
But unfortunately he doesn't have access to
I
anything
don't
but
have it.
what
I
he
don't
shared.
have anything but what I shared with you. That's all I got. I mean, if I had the whole thing, I'd play
Yeah,
the whole thing. Then I have a separate part to the actual conversation that I'm going to
yeah,
play. A totally different part of
yeah.
the actual same conversation.
I know you would love to hear as I would, but as we were talking earlier, even with what you have, it still makes it questionable, you know. And even Tammy Lee questioned things about the whole he can't remember, and it's like she she almost believed him from the
Hmm.
way she was talking. Did you pick that up as well, or
At times, at times, but I think she was playing him. Coda was the one that really played him. He, um,
let me
yep,
see.
absolutely, Archie. Never in a million years. Uh, it should
Amy,
automatically renew.
I don't know what to say because sometimes mine don't. Like I went to Dave's channel recently and it was like I wasn't, so I had to redo it. Now the reason mine didn't renew is because my credit card,
Yep.
I gotta, they expire and they'll send you a new one, and then
Yeah.
that's what
Yep.
it
Yep.
was.
Yep.
So I don't know, honey, but one of the mods can drop the join link in, and I love for you to be a team member. I appreciate it.
Oh, I can prove the source is correct, but
Thank you,
I'm not
Nikki.
proving it to anybody.
Thank you.
My source is very, 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 very good. So, very good. All right, and that's all I'm going to say.
I would. I I don't know what to say. I mean, Dave, do you mind if I say that you told me who the source was, but I'm not going to release the name because you may at some point tell me because I did ask you.
Yeah, no,
You need to tell me
no, it's not
because you know
happening.
how I am. I'm
Yeah,
very
no,
like,
I'm
I'm
not
the
telling you.
critic.
I'm not
What?
telling you.
What? Tell me.
No,
I won't
not
tell
going to
nobody.
happen.
I'm a critic, though. You know me. That's why you're not going to tell me. You know I'm a
Not
critic.
going to happen.
But
Not going
either
to happen.
way, it really doesn't matter who the source is. What matters is, was it actually Chris? And it was.
It
That was
was.
his voice.
It
Um,
certainly was.
whether he said the way he worded it, it kind of sounds like in the beginning, before remember, it could have possibly said I don't. But even with that, when you put the rest of it together, it still makes you wonder, why in the hell can't he remember? And he's still saying he don't remember, even after the beginning when he was talking with Tammy Lee. And that was where we was going into the whole scopolamine thing, right?
Yeah.
You think it's a possibility that, I mean, anything's a possibility in this case. I mean, let's be honest. Do you think that's a possibility? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? And scopolamine, I know it can be blown out of proportion. I know that.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
at the same time, Chris was Googling. Now listen to me here for just a second. Right before he went to North Carolina in the Discovery, Chris was Googling where a CBS was, right? Wherever he was at. I can't remember exactly what little
Mhm.
town, but he was Googling where the CBS was. Why would he do that? Okay, he was getting on a plane, correct?
Yes.
Do you think it's a possibility that even that he could have been given the scopolamine maybe by a doctor for jet lag, even if it wasn't her?
Possibly. Anything's possible. You
Because they do
know.
use it for that as well.
Yep. So you covered this a long time ago.
Oh God, I
A
went
long.
deep into this scopolamine thing,
Yep.
deep, because it really triggered my head. Because I was like, damn, and then I would play parts of things he was saying, and then I went back and I researched other people that had taken it and done interviews, and it seemed like the things they were saying was almost the same as what he was saying, that the madness and the can't remember and snapping like that. I don't know. It really did, Joe. It got in my head for a good while,
Yep.
and
I
I had
can't
never
believe there
heard
are
of it.
people. I just can't believe there are people in here saying, "How do we like?" They're just attack. They're having a go at me here about this bloody sauce. Well, you know what you can do. You don't have to be here. If you don't believe me, move on. It's as
Well,
simple as
now
that.
the way I
I
look
have
at
a
it, Steve.
source. I am a journalist. I will protect my source. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
So it is legit
yeah. I
audio.
mean, the way I look at it is, I mean, you were probably, I'm sure, sworn to secrecy, even though I've been aggravating you to tell me. I see you're not going to. So, with that said, if you believe in this source, then I believe in you. So,
Yep.
but what would there not be to believe? That's what I don't get. It's his voice. So,
Yep.
what would there be? I mean, what would you question about what little you've been able to get? What's to question there? I don't know. What is to question? Is this Chris or is this not? We know it is. So, what
Yep.
difference does it make who the source is if you're bringing it to us?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
So I brought out the trolls today. Don't worry about that. Oh my god, the comments.
And here,
No, no, no,
oh,
no.
I
At the
can't
end of my
really.
life, like it's just yeah. Oh my god, they've come out. Out in force.
Really?
How dare I talk about the case? How dare I talk about this case? Like
Because you're talking about the case?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't want to talk about the case because Sandy Ruzick asked everybody not to talk about the case.
Paula wants up. Dave, can you
Right.
send her the link,
Yeah,
honey?
yeah, I will. I will.
I
No
don't
problem in the world.
like. I don't get not talking about it. I mean, I personally stepped away from it because there was just nothing new, and it was just drama. It was more like creators fighting each other and
Oh yeah.
proving each other wrong. I'm not about that, so I stepped away, and but but that was why I didn't know it was again. Nobody was supposed to talk about it. It's gonna
Yep.
be talked about. It was just now in a magazine, like
Yeah.
last month, a new magazine. So
I know, and they're making movies about it, and they're making all sorts of documentaries about it, and those people don't get told not to talk about it. That's just an idea, anyway. Oh, this is hard. I'm having a bit of an issue here. Sorry about that. Where are we? All right.
mm. Oh, the membership link. Okay, I can do that. I thought you was like the StreamYard link. I'm like, oh, there you have it. Yeah, I can pin. Hang on one sec, y'all. I'll do that.
That's the point I want there. I'll put it in. I'll send it there and see if it works. That's as good as I can do. All right, we'll see if that works. All right, sorry about the delay. I'm just trying to sort things out here, everybody. All righty. Thanks everybody for being here to support Kimberly. She's doing a great job. Okay, well Kimberly's just oh no, now she's back. She's back. I just sent the link to
Hey, little lady.
hope-
Hope y'all are having a good time. Don't you worry
hey,
about
look.
us. We just fine. Dave's taking care of all this crap up here.
I'm
We
trying to.
fine. We
Trying
good.
to.
He come and saved me. He come and saved me. I was losing it. I got up on here and I was being bad, talking bad. I don't like doing
Yep,
that.
that's right.
He's like,
So
calm down, Kim. You're gonna be okay.
yes, you are. Did not receive.
Welcome
Okay, all
to
right. I'll
our
try.
show, Karen. Thank you, hon.
I'll try again. Just excuse me for a second, and I can hear myself. All right. So, all right.
Oh, you guys are so nice. And Dave is now trying to get. There we are. There she is. Look at Dave. There she is. Hey, girl. Hey, Paula.
Hello.
How you doing? Hope you're
I'm
feeling
good.
good.
How are
G'day,
you?
Paula.
I'm
Hi.
doing okay, doing great.
Healing every day I am.
Yeah, there's some crazies out there, but it is what it is.
Well, you don't need to apologize. Those are just very disturbed people.
Mm-hmm. They certainly are.
So let's talk about this. This is I'm wearing my unjustified
Team and just
morning shirt, so I have a very unpopular opinion.
that's good.
I don't hear the Nicole Cass. I was with Nicole, or I am, or Nicole Kessinger was there. I don't hear that, and I have a question. Why would he say the full Nicole Kessinger and not just say Nikki?
I don't know. But he said Nicole Kessinger was there. That's all. So I don't know if that's what reason he didn't say just Nikki.
No,
You know?
and that's no, perfectly fine.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. The thing is, it was sent to me from a very reliable person. That's one thing I can assure everybody. Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to be like the devil's advocate and
No,
say,
absolutely.
okay, I don't fully hear it. Maybe others do. I don't, and that's
So did she say Nicole or Nikki, or did he say Nicole or Nikki?
It said Nicole.
He said Nicole.
Yeah. All right. So I have it right here, if you like. If I'm going to bring up, you'll see another one of me appear down the bottom. All righty. Don't stress. It's definitely me that you're about to see appear down the bottom. All right. So you'll see another one of me appear, and it will be a. Righto. There you go. All right. Just give me 1 second. I will confirm that this is it.
I've never thought about or done before.
What I'll do is I'll play it with this one. Just
remember Nicole Kessinger being there. All I know is that I felt like I was compelled by evil to do things.
I just heard it. You're playing it in the background. You're playing the full thing, Dave. Shut it off.
Right. There we go.
Dave, you're playing the whole thing. I just heard the whole thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I mean the whole thing past what you wanted us to hear.
No, there's nothing else past what I wanted us to hear. I'll press play. All I was doing was repeating it.
Okay, well, I heard it that time.
Yep, okay. So here we go.
I remember Nicole Kessinger being there. All I know is that I felt like I was compelled by evil to do things that I've never thought about or done before in my life. I remember Nicole Kessinger being there. All I know is that I felt like I was compelled by evil to do things that I've never thought about or done before in my life.
There you go.
Okay, now I heard it. Now I heard
it. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. So that's the exact same thing, but it was not in an MP4 file, which is the way I received it. That was put into an MP3 file.
Okay.
Just then. So it's a lot clearer, easier to hear. All right. And the sound quality is better. What you heard today on my channel was a completely raw file. Raw, as in straight from the source, straight to me. Okay. Put onto my computer and played. That's what you all heard today on my live. And then you heard a much better version just then of the exact same recording.
So you turned it from MP4 to MP3. It
Correct.
sounds way better that way. I can hear it.
Yeah,
it's very clear.
All right, so I'll play it a couple more times for everybody right now.
Thank you.
All righty, so This is only a 10-second clip. Here we go.
I remember Nicole Kessinger being there. All I know is that I felt like I was compelled by evil to do things that I've never thought about or done before in my life. I remember Nicole Kessinger being there. All I know is that I felt like I was compelled by evil to do things that I've never thought about or done before in my life.
I don't
I remember
know.
Nicole Kessinger being there. All I know is that I felt like I was compelled by evil to do things that I've never thought about or done before in my life.
All right. So what we have, Prairie Boy, I don't know why it's cut like that. I don't know. That's how I got it, mate. Seriously.
Yeah, that's how he received it.
It's how.
I mean,
Somebody's
he questioned it too. He was like, I wish there was just a little more in front of the word remember. And you can hear it, but it's hard to make out if he's saying I remember, or it's hard to, it's only for the imagination, I guess, on that. I mean, I guess if you have the opportunity to speak with your source again, you could just maybe ask.
Yep.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to ask.
I can try. I mean, it's,
Yeah, I mean, there's no promises that they're going to give you more, but
A little more would help, would definitely help.
it certainly
Yeah.
would.
Just like 3 seconds more even.
I know. I said it at the beginning of the last live when I was on here. I only wish I had the extra few seconds. I wish. All I've done
he did.
is given everybody what I have. I don't
Yeah.
have any more to that actual recording. That is all I've got.
You're sharing every bit you got.
That's
Yeah,
all
so-
I've got.
So thank you, Dave, for sharing that, because you're obviously getting it straight from somebody and then sharing it with YouTube, and YouTube's not going to be happy, obviously, right? Because we're
But
not
I've sent
gonna,
it to the FBI as well.
yeah, no, good, but obviously YouTube's not going to be happy because you know why. We're not supposed to talk about it anymore, and
Oh yeah,
all
well,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, well, you can't. I'm terribly sorry. But it's freedom of speech. I'm sorry. I'm allowed to actually speak about anything I want to. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry that it may hurt people that I'm doing it. Because we all feel that there's many people out there that feel that Chris Watts belongs where he is. Don't get me wrong at all. But others are involved. And if law enforcement are just going to sit on their hands and do absolutely nothing about it, well, we're going to have to do a don't fuck with cats moment with them all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I agree.
We all have to get together and work together and see what we can do. Because there's a reason they're sitting on their hands and doing absolutely nothing with this case. There's a bigger reason. And we need to uncover it.
There's something.
We need to uncover it. And until that time, true justice for those beautiful babies and Shanann has never been served. Ever. So,
Well, your source obviously is trusting in you, and you're trusting in them. So I believe that you may possibly in the future get more. And you said you did have some more, right?
I've got another 56-second audio video.
And you're going to release that when?
I'm not sure.
You don't.
I'm not sure.
Undecided.
I'm not undecided when I'm going to do it. You know, because yeah, the way I feel at the moment, I'm pissed off. So
Right.
You know
I
what's funny,
understand
Jason?
that.
I'm sorry,
I
Kim.
I can see how Dave is frustrated with that, because he brought what he had, and he was trying to share with everyone else that, that is involved in it. And then he gets backlash from trying to help. It's very frustrating to him. I totally understand how he feels.
I think we like, I think people should try, if you can, just forget about the source. Just
Yeah, because it really doesn't matter,
it really doesn't. So who cares who it is? It could be
right?
whatever, who cares? And just listen to the context of what you're listening to.
Correct.
Yes.
It's something that nobody's heard before. Wait till
No,
you. Oh my
no,
God.
I've never
Anyway,
heard that. So it's definitely something new. I've never
right.
heard that. And I'm pretty sure I heard everything out there up till now. So yeah, to me it was very, very interesting. Even, of course, where Dave even questioned what was before the word remember. He questioned it
I
himself, but
don't know.
he
I
was
don't.
like,
I questioned it
I'm
too.
gonna share what I got, that's all I got. I'm gonna share it,
So
I
I'm not in a
questioned it
hurry.
this
Yep.
afternoon. But when you changed it from the MP4 to the MP3,
Yep.
It is a
that
bit clearer. It's clearer.
Yep. So, and it's at 3,200 and something kilobits a second, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. But it was the highest MP3 thing that I've got that you can put it into. So the audio, I do believe, was going to be a little bit clearer. Because I
Right.
have absolutely no idea what I'm doing when I do any of that stuff. So,
Well, you did a good job. Did a good job with it.
I don't know, but I gave you all the raw file, the actual raw file, and I will give you again another raw file in the coming future. And I am not telling anyone when it is because I'm just going to see how this all settles down after I
I'm
did what I
sorry
did
that
today.
you went through that, just trying to share what you had.
it's going to be a party, Dave. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep. Oh, well, bring it on because I'm not going anywhere. I just want everyone to know.
Well, at the same time, Dave, you're not saying that what is before the word remember. You're literally saying, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know. I hear in my
I
head,
don't.
in my earphones. I hear right,
You
but there's
hear
many
it.
people. Yeah, in my headphones I hear but I don't know if it's
Right.
my hearing. I don't know if because people hear certain sounds different ways with their ears. That's just there's certain tones to things, and you miss them or you hear them or you don't. And people say, "I hear, I don't." I don't know how you get "don't" out of what you actually hear. I don't know how you get the word "don't."
Well, with
Right?
me, it doesn't matter what's in the front. You can tell that Chris is still throwing it towards something else or somebody else or some reason else. He done what he did.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's still like, I don't know why. It was an evil force or something to that nature. So whether he said I remember or I don't.
Does scopolamine, how do I say that properly? Scopolamine?
Yes, scopolamine.
Does it do things like that to you? Does it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like hypnosis. It's like you're being hypnotized. You have no idea what you're doing. It's like what would happen if somebody was drugged with GHB or drugs of similar effects. Apparently, from everything I've read about it, it's you can do things and you're controlled by others whilst you're doing it, which is very sad.
Yeah.
Very, very, very sad.
They call it like a zombie drug. They use it for nausea. They use it for jet lag. But there's been news articles and everything of people that literally lost it and they were lashing out at their family and just doing some bizarre things. And then Vice did a video on it where they went to another country and were talking to people. And it was, there was all prostitutes use it on their guys, and they use it to rob people. But they're not robbing them, like they're not sticking and holding it up. These people actually give it to them. It's like once these people are exposed to this stuff, now I do understand that it could be extreme. It's not as extreme as a lot of people put it out to be, like Vice did. At the same time, I'm not going to say if it is or isn't. I don't know the drug. However, you can like blow it in someone's face, put it in a drink, something like that, and they take the drink in, and then they're pretty much will do anything they're told. At that point, they're like a robot, and the part of their brain that tells them right from wrong actually shuts down. And the only part of the brain that's actually working is the one that takes orders.
Yeah. Amazing. Shalana just wrote a great point.
So
Shalana is, I don't know what you call it, a Native American. I think that's the word that you use.
so am I.
They use it in tribal rituals back in the day. So
That is how I learned about this drug when I was going over the Gaia religion. It came up in the Gaia religion as something that they used. And so I went over all that in the video, and I was like, what the hell is that? You know, what is devil's breath? You know, and so I was searching it. I was like, oh my God.
How much do you have to take? Like, how much do you have to be given to?
Not much. And you can be slowly dosed over a course of time, or you can just be given all at once, you know. And here's the kicker to it. It is out of your system in like 4 hours. So even if someone was drug tested, it would not show. And I'm pretty sure it would have to be a certain thing they tested for it to even show at all.
So
Ever.
something like ayahuasca,
Yeah.
something similar to that, except
Yeah, it's from the Veradango tree in South America. However, in America, it's from a plant called the angel trumpet. And they say it's widely grown, you know, just right here, everywhere. And it's easily obtained online as well. I mean, you can just go online and Google it and buy it.
unbelievable.
that's
Yes.
unbelievable. Oh my goodness.
Yes, I mean, Vice did a really good video on it. It's called The World's Scariest Drug, you know. Look at that video at some time. It's
There
scary.
you go. Shalana said it. It's a weed instead of a plant. It's actually a weed. It's grown as
Yeah,
a weed.
yeah, the angel trumpet is, but then the
Yeah.
Veradango tree is in South America, and it's from the seeds of the tree. So I do recommend going if you're curious about it. You know, I do have a video here about it as well, but Vice goes into it in a different way. They actually went to South America, talked to some people. So I would recommend looking at their video.
Amazing. Absolutely
Yes.
amazing.
Absolutely.
So Dave, before you go, so
Yep.
may I ask one secret question? Is your source telling you when you are allowed to release?
Nope. Not at all. Shit, no. I'm not controlled by anyone.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant, are they saying when you can release it?
No, not at all. I could play it right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
No, but I'm
That's all.
like,
Oh,
say
wow,
you
that's-
got something tomorrow. Are they saying, okay, you cannot
Very
play this until
interesting.
2.5 weeks from now?
No. Goodness gracious, no. Not at all. Not at all. Paula? No, not at all. So that's something that's definitely not true at all. I can play it whenever I want. I might even play it in a couple of days' time. But like I said, I just want to let the dust settle on today because I believe it was quite big what I just did play today. Very few people have ever had him say the words Nicole Kessinger was there in a sentence. If you could ever have heard it before in your life, I'd like to hear it. So whether he said I don't or whether he said I remember, the thing was all I hear is the words is remember Nicole Kessinger being there. So that's
And
all I
then
hear.
dark
And then being compelled by evil, not people as well. So that's another thing that I want to emphasize with people that it's actually, he says
Yeah.
evil, not people. People might actually get that confused. He says evil.
Yeah.
So,
He says, and he said that in his interview in Wisconsin as well. He said he just felt like someone was holding his hands,
yes.
and he had no control over what he was doing. He even said he had no thoughts of his own in that interview. He's like, I don't know what was happening. I had no thoughts of my own.
So you can be microdosed with this stuff, and it cannot be found in your bloodstream. Plus, he was on Thrive,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah. So all of that could have just been one big cluster, a ticking time bomb. But
Just one moment, please. The person on the other end of this conversation with Chris is not Tim Kaufman.
oh my goodness.
All right. All righty. So
just to verify that, just to verify and clarify
and the
that.
person on the other end of the phone is not Lana. The person on the other end of the phone is not Heather. It's not Annie. It's not Wendy. It's not Mark Gillespie. It's not any of the. Right. The important thing is you're hearing words out of Chris's mouth that he's never actually ever said before.
Yeah,
That's the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for emphasizing that, Paula. That is the important thing. And you're hearing it in a public domain. And I have shared it with the authorities. So there's not much more I can do.
No.
So you have seen it? You
I
have
have.
shared it?
Absolutely. I sent the FBI, sent it to the FBI this morning.
Good.
So,
and I'm assuming you haven't heard back anything yet.
Nope. Absolutely not. So I'm going to leave you two. I'm going to disappear. Now it's time for me to turn off my phone for the entire afternoon because it has been going absolutely batshit crazy since I went live this morning, and I've had enough. I hope my moderators will look after me and protect me in the comment section of that live.
You can't drop a bomb like that and then just expect no backlash, Dave.
I know, but I went early. I had to go early. I had to go earlier than expected. Something unexpected happened. And I had to go much earlier than expected. And I do apologise to all of those people out there that were waiting in earnest for me to go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm terribly sorry. That didn't occur. Something very unexpected occurred, and I had to go live early. And I'm very, very sorry. But apart from that, I'm going to duck off now. I said duck off. For those of you that think I said something else, I didn't. All right. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody for supporting me today here on UnJustified's channel. If you're not subscribed and you're actually in chat, please subscribe to UnJustified. If not, become a member. She is one of the greatest creators on YouTube, and that is one thing I will guarantee.
Thank you, guys.
And she is.
Man, thank you for letting me come up, Kim. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, of course. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you, Paula, and thanks, Kim. I'm going to disappear now. Okay,
I'm going to go back on the chat.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, wow, y'all. It's really a lot to think about, isn't it? That really is. That, as well as the scopolamine thing, as well as Dylan is now, coming around and making all these interviews. Again, I haven't really watched any of them except a little bit of the one he did with Lana, and I was like, I got nothing out of it because when the chat asking questions, he kind of couldn't, talk on it at all for the most part. So, yeah, the Cellmate Secrets is going to be coming out on June the 25th on Lifetime. I think at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which will be 8 p.m. my time. So, But I think that's just, I know Dylan's girlfriend, Krista, is a big part of that. And so what it's going to be about, I don't know. I have to be honest, I haven't watched any of the Cellmate Secret ones. And I know Casey Anthony just had one put out as well. I haven't watched it either. So have any of you watched any of those? Are they kind of know what they're about, what we're going to be looking at? I guess I need to start watching them. I haven't. I'm not sure about. Thank you for being here, Dave. I truly appreciate it. I'm usually here solo, so I can't really trust anybody much to come up here with me. Yeah, and he's only been out for a while, and I mean, I'm not, I don't want to judge him or anything, but of course I didn't know him before, so I don't know how he was before. So no, I couldn't. If you're talking about Dylan, I'm just, it's just like he was there, and he was just pretty much introducing himself for the most part, is what it appeared to me. I think he's also fixing to publish his book, and he was talking a lot about that. Is no, I've learned a lot. Absolutely not. I actually do talk to Krista from time to time. She will send me a text or, whatever, and they're definitely not together at all. She's actually going to come on here probably after the Lifetime series comes out, or their episode comes out, and she's going to come on the channel here, and she says she has a lot to talk about and a lot, to share with everyone. So it's going to be June the 25th, Ashley, at it's 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I know it's going to be 8 p.m. here. And knowing me, I'm going to forget and end up having to catch the replay. So I really need to just go ahead and set it to record so I'll have it. So I'm terrible to do that. Like when I first heard about the Lifetime movie on the Watts case, I actually set it to record, and it was like 2 months later before I even watched it. And that's actually when I started getting into this case. Oh, I know you do. I know you have a lot to do, and I appreciate what time you can spend here, Dave. It's really appreciated. Thank you. It means a lot. Because in this true crime world, it can get crazy. Like people just don't even realize behind the scenes, and when we're not on the camera, there's a lot going on. Like I was just sitting here, and my phone, just as I was sitting here, my phone, I got 8 emails. Actually about this case. And yeah, I mean, it's constant. So it's not just what you see on the camera. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Shine like Shanann. Thank you. Truly do appreciate that. Astros play that night. Yeah, I'll probably be recording it myself because I'm bad to forget. Like I can put it on the calendar. I can put it on the wall. I can have Siri to remind me. I can have Alexa to remind me, and I'm still going to forget. Because when they tell me, I'll be like, okay, stop. And then I'll forget. So, unreal. That means a lot to me, Nellie. I mean, I'm telling you, a lot of times when I'm making videos or I'm researching something or definitely having a live, let me tell you, my mind just goes blank. I'm like, and I do it in real life too. Like if I'm talking to Randy or one of the kids or something, I'll just be right in the middle of it. And then boom, I just draw a blank, and I'm like, the end, because we'll have to finish this later. Because it's like my mind's on 100 different things at once, and I don't know why, but right in mid-topic, it'll just shoot straight to something else. It's crazy. And the editing, oh my God, the editing. Geez. And a lot of creators only do lives, and a lot of people says, well, doing the lives is so much easier because you have to edit. Well, see, no. Not for me, it's not. They're both. I mean, they're both one of the same to me. The editing is hell. That's true, but the lives are hell too, because you don't want to leave anybody out over here in the chat, and you want to get to them, and you want to answer their questions and correspond with them, and you don't want anyone to think that they're being looked over or ignored. That's the last thing I want anybody to think. But at the same time, sometimes it gets to going so quick. And when I'm talking, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking at the camera. And I miss a lot. And if I ever miss your questions or something like that, I'm definitely not doing it intentionally. It's hard to keep it all going by yourself, It's a war zone between the creators. It seems crazy and it's getting dangerous. Yeah, it is. I've seen that. That's why I kind of just stay in my own little world over here. I don't get involved that much in a lot of it. I see a lot of it, and there's a lot of it sent to me, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting in that. Welcome to Team UnJustified, B. Wayne. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And we're going to start doing some members-only lives again, too, ASAP. I used to do them every Wednesday, but I could never find a really good time with all the different time zones. And it got to where we had like 1 or 2 members that could actually show up at the same time. And so I just hadn't done any in a while, but I need to start doing that again. Because my members, the extra support to the channel, it truly helps. Good night, Paula, and thank you so much, hon. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night. You sleep good now. And I want a picture of you wearing that UnJustified shirt because I know it looks good on you. How sweet is this? Y'all are so nice. Thank you. Gossiping and suing each other and getting into rich owners. He lied is exposing the dark. Yeah, let me tell you, I was, see, I know of Miss Natasha Cooper, but I've never really, I don't have, and it's nothing against her. I just don't really have a chance to watch many lives. I just don't. Now, on the videos people make, if I have a chance, yeah, I will go and look at them, as much as I can, but I don't have enough time to watch full out lives. But I will try to go support, and I try to support all creators by subscribing and this, that, and the other. So I really don't know Natasha. At the same time, I was sent one of her lives for a completely different reason. And I was looking at it today. Oh, actually, I wasn't looking at it. I was listening to it while I was doing my makeup, actually. And keep in mind, I do not know her or anybody that was even being discussed there. But she was reading something out that had been written about her. And whether you like her or whether you don't, that's wrong. There was nothing right about that. I mean, man, it was wrong. I mean, they were body shaming her, just saying horrendous things about her. And that, I don't know who wrote it. I don't know if it was someone that's a member, of the true crime community, or if it's somewhere else. I'm not even sure. But just hearing her read this stuff that was said about her is wrong. I mean, my heart broke for her. I mean, I don't give a damn how strong you are. Body shaming, talking about her financial situations. I don't get it. I mean, if you don't like somebody and you got a problem with them, that's one thing. We all got a problem with somebody, right? Seriously, we do. But you're not going to revert to throwing jabs like that. And I'm sure right here in the chat right now, we've got people that loves her, and we probably got people that can't stand her, people that's on the fence about her, people that don't even know who the hell she is. It just doesn't matter. You don't do that. I couldn't even watch the rest of her live. That it was terrible what was said about her. I mean, whoever it was that wrote that, they have some very big insecurities of their own to even be able to think of those kind of words and things to say to her. Calling her and her subs government welfare people. I mean, come on. I just get irritated about it. I mean, I just wasn't raised that way, and there ain't nothing right about it. Same. I believe that if the same person is always in the center of drama, it's because they're a part of the drama. And no, I don't agree with these personal attacks. I agree with you, girl. I agree with you. And here's the thing about the drama. Most of you all know that I've had my share. Definitely had my share, but I choose to distance, I'll either back away for a while, or I don't like to stare at, you hit a hornet's nest and they're all going to come out on you. That's just the way it is. So you walk away, you get the hell away from it until it calms and dies down, and then you come back, I mean, we're all adults here. And to body shame somebody like that, I don't get. Or even hit their financial situation. And what in the hell is going on with bringing people's kids into the drama? The kids. I mean, we're here for a reason. We're here to talk about true crime. That's what we all like. We all about some true crime, but it ain't even about that. And that's why you'll see that I went away for a while. And I got nose deep into the Menendez case, So CW has nothing left. Yeah, that's true. And I always say that it's like he gaslights us from in there. It's like we're out here, but, and he knows it. He knows that everybody out here is just hanging on for a thread to hoping to hear just anything. But here's the thing. What in the hell can we believe that he does say? I mean, he's lied so much. How can you believe anything he says anyway? Yeah, and I get it. I get it to a point. Drama, people like drama. They do. They don't like to insert themselves in it. A lot of people, they don't want to be a part of it, but they like to watch it, right? They want to see it. It's just like if your neighbors are next door and they're throwing down and beating the hell out of each other, you're not going to run to your TV and turn it on and turn the sound up. Hell no, most people's going to sit there and pull back the curtain and they're going to look. That's just the way it is. People likes to look at drama, right? But at the same time, the people that's doing the drama, they're not always looked at highly with a lot of respect. Even though you like to watch it, you don't want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way it is. And that's why and probably the title of this live is just, I need to change it because it's like it is enticing drama, and that's not what it's about at all. I just wanted to send a message to idiot, stay the hell away from my channel. It's not about drama. Drama, you're not going to find it here. We might talk about some of the drama, but we ain't going to be doing no drama. So let me look at some of the chat because I don't want anyone to think that I'm not. That's great. That's great, Baylane. Welcome to Team UnJustified. I think we got a great team here. We really do. She has flat outlined twice. She said the police were swarming the Watts house. It was a flood, and then she did the same thing, saying the police were at Saratoga Trail. The forensic team. Okay, now we're talking about who here? Oh, no, okay. Really? Well, see, that's not, I mean, it's never good to start any sort of rumors either, especially in a case like this. I do know what you're talking about with the flood. And I remember when that happened, just so happened when this did happen, I was actually in contact with Ronnie. And so I just texted him, hey, is the cops at your house, because it's everywhere that they are. And he was like, no, hell no, there's a water line busted up the road or something. I can't remember, but I remember when you're talking about, but I didn't know it was, Natasha that was reporting on it. But yeah, it's never good to bring any sort of rumor around in this case. Like I say, I don't know her. Two wrongs don't make a right. You still shouldn't, just distance yourself and don't watch her. But damn, don't talk about people like that. It's wrong. Juvenile was unnecessary and wrong. Opens the door for what else? That's okay. It'll run this entirely for everyone. You're never in dramas. I've never. Bad words. It's out there. It is out there. But thank you very much, Bake Cake. And I try like hell to stay away from it. I truly do. But yeah, there's a few out there that is not a fan of me at all. And that's because I had an opinion, I guess. Now I really don't even talk about my opinion a hell of a lot, but I do want my subscribers to. I want them to have a safe place to be able to voice their opinions and their thoughts and discuss them amongst each other, And I'll take the heat. It's my channel. You go ahead and do that as long as you're not hurting someone mentally or emotionally. Victim shaming is a big hell no. And body, I don't even have to go through this. We're not 5'2". We know right from wrong. As long as it's an opinion and that opinion is based off the facts as much as we can, then there's nothing wrong with it. That those who stir the pot would be made to lick the spoon. And that's the truth. That's pretty much another way to say karma. Karma gets you. Life's a boomerang. It really is. That's what my mom used to tell me. And I tell my kids this, life's like a boomerang, guys. Any damn thing you throw out, it's going to come back at you 10 times harder. So you better make sure and throw out good. Because when you don't want 10 times harder bad hitting you back, because it will. Another creator who I won't name made a comment recently that Natasha is connected to KK. I have no clue on that. And personally speaking, to me, it wouldn't matter either way if she was or wasn't. The way I look at it is if I like what somebody's saying and I, half-ass agree with what they're saying and they're not victim shaming, they're not hurting anyone mentally, at all, I'm going to chill with them. I'm going to listen, even if we got differences of opinion. But, if they're hurting someone, I don't want a part of you, That tells me enough about who you are to know that we're not going to be jiving. Make sure you tell Deb your source. I tried to get the source off of him. He's not coming off with it. Not to me, anyway. I tried. Stay committed. You have many, many supporters. I do. And I only do it for you guys, really, because, y'all are all great. Look how nice everybody was after what they had to look at before the last live was shut down. So supportive. Like the stuff when I had that one guy on my channel, the coworker of Chris's, man, I was like, I didn't think I was going to get over that one, but it's y'all. The love outweighed the hate, man. The support, the appreciation, so outweighed the hate. And I got a lot of hate, not just here. It was all over Reddit. It was all over Twitter. It was like every damn where. And I was like, I can never, ever again. But, the support and the appreciation and the friends well outweighed it. Dave G, let me tell you, this guy right here, he has pulled me through some craziness. My other channel that was deleted, I would have never remade another one had it not been for Dave. He's great. He really is. He's been with me since the beginning of Channel 1. Yeah, you don't see their face, and I'm not. It makes you wonder, like, who is it? And there for a long time, I didn't show my face on camera because I didn't have a camera. And then when Randy built me this little office here and he got the whole setup, and then I had a camera, I didn't show my face. And you don't know how many times I was called this. I was even called one time. I was called and I don't know her, but I've heard a lot about her. Mary Marlowe. I don't even know who she is. But when I first came on YouTube, people was like, "No, that's Mary Marlowe. I think that's Mary. Who the hell's Mary Marlowe?" You know. Chris faked out Shanann, then every other woman he came. He did. And do I believe that Nicole was his first time to cheat on Shanann? I don't think it was. I just don't think it was. And I don't think he got into anything real serious with anyone else for whatever reasons. But I feel like he had probably done it before to a little point. Maybe not the whole 9 yards, but I think to a little point he had. Dave agrees with that Chris lies, but he's putting pieces together. Yes. These creators say they can't trust Chris, but they pick and choose what they want to believe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, one thing will come out and people will just run like hell with it. Oh, this is the gospel truth, but then they don't want to believe the next thing that comes out. It's like they want to believe what they want to believe that fits their own narrative, you know. And I mean, I get that, but at the same time, you really can't do that and ever be able to come to a adequate opinion, because you're always going to question your own damn opinion about things. And Chris, I don't know what to believe with him. I don't. I don't believe much of nothing that he says, just to be honest. I think Chris even said it himself. He said, but I didn't think I was going to spend the rest of my life in prison. Well, what the hell did you think? So what did he think? Did he think he was going to take this plea deal for life and actually be able to just hang out for a little while and then go home? It doesn't work that way. Archie Meads girl. No, this is not a drama channel. And this is my neighbor here, y'all. Archie Meads, she is. She's my neighbor girl. She's awesome as well. She is. She was gone for a while and very sick, and I'm damn glad she's back because I missed her. I was married to someone like him. They hate their moms. They hate all women and use them for whatever they can. Yeah, a lot of people thinks that Chris was a mom's boy and he done everything she said and he humbled down to her. See, I don't think so. I don't think so. I actually think that Chris treated his mom pretty shitty, really, from what I've seen and from what I've heard. Now, as far as dad, he was a very big fan of his dad. You know, his dad's his hero. But at the same time, he also had no problem just completely blocking out his dad from the time he got married until Bella was born. And his family actually tried to call him about his wedding because, you know, there was that blow up and they weren't going to go to the wedding or whatever. But then they did try to contact him and call him, and he wouldn't answer the phone to them. So that was Chris. And was Shanann telling him to do it? Some people think so, but I personally don't. And even if you want to give it the benefit of the doubt that maybe she was, you know, I don't think she was, but if you want to think that, Chris could have found a way to answer that damn phone or call them when Shanann wasn't with him. So see, I ain't buying that either. So the bottom line, in my opinion, is Chris wasn't that damn good to his parents. No. I mean, he moved away from home when he graduated. He went to college, and he never went back home. Like, they didn't even meet his first girlfriend. They never met her. Actually, Shanann's the only girl Chris has ever been with that they met. So he wasn't as close-knit with his family as some people tend to believe he was. And he wasn't that damn good to them either. And him and Jamie really wasn't even that close until right towards the very end. And that's true. I mean, even Ronnie said in his interview when he was asked, well, is Chris and his sister close? And Ronnie was like, well, they are now. Recently they have been. So that pretty much told me they weren't. Jamie's a good bit older than Chris anyway. So, he wasn't as close with his family as some people tend to believe he was. I don't think. Chris was a participation trophy kid. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to say it. His lawyers had to have told him what he was facing. Yeah, they did. I mean, it's even in the plea deal that Chris read and signed. Not to even mention the judge actually laid it all out there to him. And he understood what he said, and then he signed that he understood everything he read. So he knew what was going on, but I don't know why he thought that, did somebody put in his head, oh, we can get this appealed and get you out? I don't know. But it ain't happening. It just ain't going to happen. He treated them both shitty. Everything that happened was his fault, everything. I agree, Nicole. Even if, just give it the benefit of the doubt, even if somebody was with him, just saying, what if they were? Chris was still the dad. He was still the husband. He should have protected his family. So in my opinion, Chris is most guilty. No matter what the circumstances was, unless, and this is a hell of an unless, it was something like scopolamine, in which case that can never be proven. So I can never fully believe it. So either way, yeah, Chris is exactly where Chris needs to be. I think Chris has always had an issue upstairs. Even as a child, I don't know what it was. I do believe he was possibly a covert narcissist, and a lot of people disagree with me on that. But he definitely wasn't no malignant narcissist. He wasn't no overt narcissist. He was none of that, because he definitely didn't like running around, being in the spotlight, taking his own, he was none of that. But then at the same time, a covert narcissist is none of that. They're just more or less like a behind the closed doors. And a lot of people like to kind of use a narcissist and say they're like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of person. But even that, they'll use like the theater mask. But see, even at that, I can't even go with that, because there's no side of a narcissist that's good, truly good. Like, none. I mean, they can front it, but inside, the wolf in sheep's clothing, that's what they are. So, yeah, something definitely was. I truly believe that as well. Even his sister said that she believes that he was autistic as a child, and there's one thing, You joined in the Mason group and welcome to. Yes, you did. That's right. You're safe here. You can feel free to speak your mind. No matter what it may be, I mean, as long as it's not hurting anyone emotionally or victim shaming, open them doors and let's talk about it. Nobody here is going to say, oh my God, how can you even, that's not going to happen. They may say, well, agree to disagree, but, and if somebody does happen to pop up in here and start saying things like that, believe me, my mods out there got some big old wrenches. And let me tell you what, Dave G, he's quick. He's a quick draw, man. He will put Clint Eastwood to shame. I'm just saying. He ain't got nothing on Dave with that wrench. I can't even see it. It's gone. I'm just saying. Lights are on, but nobody's home. Yeah, his teacher said that in a sense. He said he always wondered what was going on in Chris's mind. He said it's like the wheels were turning, but nobody was there. His own teacher even said that. He is not autistic. That's an excuse. Yeah, well, that's quite possible too. I don't think he was ever, I know he wasn't ever diagnosed as being anything, at all, except a very high IQ level. Which there again, look at Rain Man. He had a off the hook IQ level, and doesn't mean he was all there. I would like to know why. Yes, Dave, I think that may have something to do with Chris had a feminine side to him. I mean, you could see it in the way he walked, in the way he spoke. He had a feminine side to him. He was very much the housekeeper, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. That's awesome, right? It's great. But he did have that side to him. And in the religion he came up in, Southern Baptist, I mean, any of you out there know that in the Bible it does say that's an abomination, which I don't even like talking into things like that because I love everybody no matter what, but at the same time, when you're a kid and you hear that so much, but then you can't stop your mind from thinking about things, then, maybe you think, I can't stop myself, so I'm going to hell, and you messes with their head, So, and that's terrible. That's terrible. And I wished it wasn't like that. And I know back in the day that used to be talked about a lot in church. I hope it's not today because, there's many children out there that could easily really mess with their mind. It could have been, girl, but let me tell you, if that was her trying to make it look good, that was right the opposite. It was making him look insane. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, a child in the bathroom repenting and crying every day. If she thought it was making him look good, I don't know. Maybe it would to the preacher man, but to a lot of people, it makes him look kind of odd. I disagree. I've watched them turn their back on Shanann over and over. It's very destructive the way Cindy treated her son's family. It is. It is. And I've never understood the way Cindy really doesn't talk about the children that much. Now, if that was my grandchildren, I mean, my grandchildren are like a part of me. They're like my limbs that keep me going. And to never talk much about them, I don't get that. I know everyone grieves differently, but come on. And it did appear to me too that Shanann was trying to make amends, and they all said that Shanann had blocked them or whatever, and that's what Ronnie said in the interview. He was like, Shanann blocked us, but I can still see a little on her Facebook. Well, that's not even possible. If somebody blocks you, they blocked you, and you're not going to be able to see a little. You're not going to be able to see anything. So, Shanann said they blocked her. And that is what I believe. Because when they were ready to see things and unblock, then they could see her stuff. So I believe they blocked her instead of the other way around. And she was trying. She sent them the picture of the ultrasound, trying to make amends. And he said he didn't reply to the ultrasound picture. Do you know that had to hurt her? Like, really, the shit she was going through with Chris, and then she sends them the picture and they don't even reply to the ultrasound? That had to hurt her. Thank you so much, Betsy. I truly appreciate that. I have decided that the Watts family are a breed unto themselves. I've said that as well, girl. I have sat there and said they're a breed of their own. I have said the same thing. Now, when I've spoken to Ronnie, he's been really nice and polite to me on the phone. I've never spoken to Cindy or Jamie either. Only spoken to him, and I do not speak to him anymore. Not since the whole, I don't know how to put this. There's many more now that communicate with him. So, I don't. That's about the only way I know to say it. I don't. I just lost my 10-month-old granddaughter. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Angie. I can't even imagine. Bless your heart. I'm sorry. Pre-death, Ronnie and Cindy appeared to be great-grandsons. They did. I mean, that's true. Even Shanann said they were when they were around the kids, and they had went there to help when Cece was born, and there was so much monotony there, y'all. There was so much, it's like the air was thick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you was there, you could, especially empath like me, you would be able to sense, no matter how many smiles or hugs or friendly talks were going on between them, I believe you could almost take a knife and cut the air. The monotony would be so thick. All you empaths out there know exactly what I'm talking about. You can just feel it, no matter how much fakeness is being put out there. Shanann tried really hard. And I think Cindy also put on a facade. Now, I'm not saying Shanann put on a facade. I think she truly wanted the families to unite. She even said that in her letter, right? But I think Cindy would have never really given her a chance, no matter what. She disliked her from the get-go. Totally. She totally disliked her. And I think a lot of that may have had to do with, maybe that's why they got the hell away from North Carolina. One of the reasons is they felt like with being close to their families would not give them the ability to actually come together as one from outside influences. So, and I know it was to do with Shanann's health. I understand that, but I think that could have been a thing as well. And I get that. See, Shanann came back to North Carolina. Chris stayed there. He didn't even come back. He just stayed in Colorado when she came back. So it's not like Chris was like tripping over himself to get back home to mommy and daddy. No, it wasn't like that. He didn't even want to come back. And Shanann said she didn't want to live in North Carolina. So I think they just wanted, away from it all, and they wanted to visit and love from afar, go visit them when they could, or then visit them and just love them from a distance. Because sometimes, y'all, it is easier that way. And yes, even with family, sometimes it is easier to love them from a distance. Shanann had her thoughts, but she was fighting. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think they would have ever accepted her. Cindy. Now, Shanann even said she liked Ronnie. She loved her father-in-law. But it was Cindy that they could never come to a full truce with. Jamie is the golden child, and Chris is the scapegoat. Chris's role would be to serve the family and not have a woman of his own. Yeah, it did kind of seem that way, didn't it? It's like when Chris's attention started not being there with the family at all times, it was like, and it was Shanann's fault, or so Cindy thought. And she even said Shanann moved him away from us. Shanann took him away from us. Chris was an adult. Shanann didn't hold no gun to his head and say, you ain't talking to your family. You're moving away from your family. No, Chris made his own decision there. And obviously, he thought it was a pretty damn good decision because he cut his own family out. He cut them out himself before the wedding. Before the wedding, there was an issue. His family tried to get a hold of him about the wedding, and he didn't answer their calls or anything, so they didn't go. And then Chris was like, oh, he was hurt because his family didn't show up. Of course, I'm sure he was. At the same time, what were they supposed to do? I mean, they were trying to get a hold of him, and he would not even return their calls. He wouldn't answer the phone. And he cut him off. And then didn't even speak to him again until after Bella was born. So, hang on, guys. I'll be right back. We got somebody here at the door. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. They're knocking on the door. You want something to eat? You need to come and eat. So, okay, guys. We've been here an hour and a half. That's been awesome. I'm glad you all came. For all of you that was at the other live I deleted, again, my apologies. I let them up like an idiot. Here's something for y'all to know. If any of you ever make your own channel, or any of you out there even has your own channel, DTA. Don't trust. Be careful. Yeah. I'll be watching for my Menendez videos that's fixing to come back out. I worked so hard on these. You wouldn't believe it. All the notes I've taken, all the things I've read, deep dived into that like you would not believe. Simply because it came out so much recently. So I thought it was a cut and dry case. It ain't. And I could have a very unpopular opinion at the end of this case. It's looking that way. But okay, guys, you have a great weekend, and I'll be back just as soon as possible. Be watching for those. And Ashley and Emmy, I'm about to be emailing you, chick, because we're going to have that live so we can give that book away. So Ashley is sponsoring the book, The Perfect Father, for our giveaway. So, all right, guys, thank you all so much. And you all have a great day, night, evening, wherever you may be. And until next time, this is Unjustified.